These are my iPhone 15 Pro Max camera settings. Let's go over. Please note, some phones may not have certain settings, but this is just in general what I run. Off rip, record video, I do 4K at 30 FPS. Now, the reason why I do that is because I really don't use 60 FPS for like everyday things, and 30 FPS is just a happy medium between like the 24 frames per second, which is just like a film style, and then you got the 30, which is just higher resolution and just kind of, in my opinion, like your basic type of frame per second for your everyday needs. Slow-mo, I do 1080p at 240 frames per second. I just keep that pretty much as default. I don't really use slow-mo that much, but if I do, I might as well just use the highest one. For record cinematic, that's where I do 4K at 24 frames per second, because if I want to do cinematic, more times than not, I am using that 24 frames per second to give it that like film look. I do have enhanced stabilization on. I mean, why not keep that on there just in case you got that shaky footage or you got some sort of, you know, shakiness going on. I don't know. Formats for the photo capture, I keep that at 24 megapixels. I do enable ProRAW resolution control. As for video capture, I do have the Apple ProRes toggle on, just because if I want to be able to use log when I have like a SSD or SD card plugged in, I can be able to do so to retain more color. As for composition, I got them all on. So grid, I like to see the grid on there because it helps me with like my proportions if I want to be super technical. The level, I mean, it's level, so I want to make sure that everything is level whenever I'm recording something or taking a picture. Mirror front camera, when I turned that thing off and I had it off, I looked like a freaking bozo whenever I took a front picture and then it like flipped my face. I was like, no. And then view outside the frame is just pretty much that black kind of like space to where your camera isn't actually looking at it. I put that on just because I like to see what's kind of there and beyond it. Indicators for both photo and video, I just leave all those on. I just like to keep those on so I can have just further control of my camera. Photographic styles, I keep it default. For additional lenses for iPhone 15 Pro Max, there's 28mm and 35mm. I keep those both on. And then my default lens is just a 24mm, which is just your one times. Hopefully that helps you guys, and just remember, it's always the person that's taking the picture, not your settings.